boys and girls. Here we are doing school on the computer again. I was surprised, were you? Let's go ahead and get started with our ABCs. So make sure you're sitting comfortably and follow along with me just like you do in school. I show you the letter, you say it right after me, or you can say it with me if you're fast enough. Are you ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now put your hands up for our signs. And this week, we're going to be learning the sign for the letter N. And for the letter N, you put two fingers up, like you're saying peace, or you're saying I'm 2 years old. And then you flip the fingers down, and you squeeze your thumb right between tall man and ring man, and you bring them up by your mouth, and you say N says N, Nellie, nurse. This is the letter N, and I've already hung up the picture for the letter N, so let's just go ahead and say our signs with our hands, and I'm not going to show you the cards this time. We'll see how that works. Ready? A says apple. B says bunny. C says cook. D says doll. E says elephant. F says fish. G says goat. H says hippo. I says inchworm. J says Jim. K says kangaroo. L says lion. M says monkey. And N says nurse. That's where we'll stop. Let's do our shapes. When I hold them up, you try to say them before me. Rectangle, star, triangle, square, diamond or rhombus, heart, circle, hexagon, oval. Good job. Today, let's count by using the calendar that I have behind me. And the fun thing is, the month right now is called November, which starts with our letter N. N for November. I'm going to start right here under Sunday, where November began, and we'll count all the way down till we get to the last day of November. As I write the numbers, you say them with me. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And remember, this is called a calendar, and it's how we keep track of days. For instance, today is November the 24th when I'm making this video. Tomorrow will be November 25th, and then the day after that will be November 26th, which this year is Thanksgiving. So that's how we can keep track. If you have something that you have to be at a certain time, like maybe you're getting your hair cut or you have to go to the doctor, lots of times what parents or grown-ups do is they write the time and the place on a calendar, and then they can keep track to make sure they don't miss their meeting. So we use the calendar to keep track of days and times. All right, let's do our phonemic awareness or learning to read. Let's start with me saying 2 words. If they rhyme, you give me a thumbs up. If they don't rhyme, you give me a thumbs down after you say them. And remember, words rhyme when they say the same thing at the end of the word. The beginning can be different. Are you ready? 3, he. Yes, those rhyme. They both say E at the end. Blind, find. Yes. See, no. No, they do not rhyme. How about see, be? Yes, those rhyme. How about know, show? Yes, those rhyme. Last one, grow, blow. They rhyme. Both of those words say O at the end. All right, now we're going to say 2 words and then the sound they both begin with. I say it, then you say it. Mess, more, ma. Life, lion, la. Talk, turn, ta. Bus, box, ba. Seam, sign, s. Next thing, we say the word. No, the next thing is I say the 2 sounds a word makes and then we put it together. For instance, our first one will be say ma, ice, mice. Say la, ife, life. Say s, e, see. Ow, how. R, run. Did you think that was easy? I hope you're getting better at it. All right, this part we're going to say the sound that we hear in the middle. Let's try it. Can, eh. That was kind of tricky. That sound changes. It's a that goes ah, and we don't say can, we say can. Some words are tricky. Men, eh. Men, eh. Hit, eh. Top, ah. Nut, How'd you do on those? I think those are a little tricky. The last one, we say the word, and then we try to find the 2 sounds that make up the word. All right, our first word is knife. Na, ife, knife. Say did. Da, id, did. Say for. F, or, for. Say jar. Ja, ar, jar. And the last one, now. Na, ow, now. All right, this week's rhyme. If you're using your coloring book at home that I gave you when school first began, the nursery rhyme coloring book, I actually put a rhyme called 3 Blind Mice in that booklet. But since then, I've switched for a couple of reasons, and we're going to do the Crooked Man rhyme instead of 3 Blind Mice. So today I want you just to watch and listen to me read it. This is one that you may not have heard before. There was a crooked man, and he walked a crooked mile. He found a crooked sixpence against a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat which caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a little crooked house. And when you look at this picture, you'll see the man's hat's crooked, the cat's tail's crooked, the house is crooked. Crooked means not straight. This is straight, this is crooked, kind of bent. Like this roof's bent, that door looks bent. All right. Now we're going to look at the letter N. And if you have a dry erase board already, you can get that out and write it with me. Otherwise, we can just do it with our finger. Okay? So when we're making the letter N, we start off with making a straight line down, just like we did for the M last week. So I'll start over here, and I just make a straight line down, and then I pick my pencil up. And I'm going to switch colors because when you make these with me on the papers I give you, I switch colors. So that's what I'm going to do here too. Then I go back to the top and I slant down and up. That's the letter N, and N says N. Maybe your name is Noah, and Noah starts with an N, or Nellie, or nice. This is the N. Let's make it again by tracing it with our fingers. So put your finger up in the air, go straight line down, pick your finger up, go back to the top, down, up, N. Let's try it again. Down, pick your finger up, slant down, straight up, N. Now if you have something to write with, go ahead and try to write one. If you don't, let's do it in the air again. Down, pick your finger up, slant, up, N. Down, pick your finger up, down, up, N. How'd you do? N. All right. We're also going to be working on making numbers. We did make a few of the number 4 last week. Now we're going to switch back to number 2 because number 2 is a hard number to make. Before we make the number 2, hold up 2 fingers. 2. Now hold up 2 hands. 2. How many ears do you have? I have 2. When we have 2 of something, we call them a pair. When there are 2 that are the same. For instance, I have a pair of earrings. Both of my earrings are the same. I have a pair of hands. I have a pair of glasses, even though it's only one. For some reason, we call them a pair. I have a pair of nostrils in my nose. How many feet do you have? Do you have a pair? All right, now let's make the number 2. The number 2 is tricky. So watch me first, and then we'll follow along together with our fingers. You start towards the top. You go up, slant down, across. All right, let's do it with our finger. You ready? Up, slant down, across. 2. Let's do it again. Up, slant down, across. 2. One more time. Up, down, across. Now, if you have your dry erase board, you can practice with me. What I would do if I were just learning how to make these numbers and letters is I would take my lid off my marker and I would put it on my board in front of me, and I would do this, and then I wouldn't even look at my board anymore. I would look up here and do the same movement I do without looking. And look what I did. I made it, and I didn't even look at my board. Put your board down, look up here, and do it with me. Try it. Ready? Up, down, across. Now look at your board. How'd you do? Try it again. Don't look at your board. Just look up here and do what I do. Ready? Up, down, across. How's your 2 look? Let's try one more. Up, down, across. 2. Very nice. That's all we're going to do today because I'm not quite ready to do much more either. The next lesson, you should have your bucket and we'll be able to use some of our materials. What I would like you to do for today's homework is I would like you to look around where you are and see if you can find any letter N. Look for them on newspapers, magazines, books. You might be surprised where you can find some letter N's. Then go ahead and look for the number 2. See which one you can find the most of. Can you find more letter N's or more number 2's? That'll be interesting to find out. I hope you have a great rest of the day and have fun looking for your letter N and your number 2.